Hello everyone, it's LaRonda from Just Tell Others Through Crafting and Journaling. Hope everyone's having a good day today. It has actually decided to be a decent day. Looks like sun's shining out here finally. We've had some very stormy days. Okay, we're going to get on with the program here. We are going to be doing some how-tos today, but first of all, I would appreciate very much if you selected the thumbs up link, and that would tell me that you like my video. And if you would, please subscribe to the channel. That would help me a tremendous amount. I do so much appreciate all the work that y'all do. I get to watch other YouTubers, and believe me, I've watched many of them. And am I really still scared of doing things? Yes, I am. This will be my first how-to today. And what am I doing? I'm doing the journaling cards that many people have messaged me about and asked, how in the world do I do them? Well, it's very simple. So let's just jump on into it and realize that, hey, this is simple. I can do this. And let's just make these. And hey, we can even mass produce them. So let's get started. As you can see, these are just journaling cards, but on the very back is additional space for writing. And it has been a very big help to include these in some of my journals for myself as well, because I've been able to use them as almost like a greeting card. Just looking at a few of the images here. Aren't they pretty? And what is a journaling card? A lot of people ask, and how do you use them? Well, sorry about the noise there. Well, I happen to have a journal here that I made, and it has roses on it, as you can see. Or I think you can. But I like to just include them. Here's one that I made, and I make a bunch of these. For God to love the world, that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have eternal life. That's John 3:16. But I include these in most of my journals that I make. They actually look old by the torn edges. And on the very back, as you can see, there's plenty of writing space. And what I will do is just put them in my journals like this. And since this is a rose journal, I'll just go ahead and show you that I easily just paper clip them in as well. So there's additional writing space there. Or it can be used for a greeting card. Could be used for just a single card and put on someone's desk as just a little happy, and to maybe inspire them in some way. And you know what? I've included some in Happy Mail. It'd be great for random act of kindness. Just mail in general. So those are really pretty. But let's get on to it, and I will show you how I do these. But you know what? I just thought about it. Just thought about something else I wanted to share with y'all, because it's been very helpful to me. I use, as you can see, there's a board there, a little mat. But it's the flexible cutting mats that I found at Dollar Tree. And what it is they come two to a package. But I have taken them and just used them because it catches glue and distressed ink and stuff like that. Easily wipe off. Very easy to wipe off. But here is the beginning of my journaling card. And so what I've done is I've taken the image, glued it onto the back of a piece of cardstock. And you can also use junk mail envelopes, depending on the size. Because these can be of various sizes. It can be, no one way it has to be. So I've taken and I've glued it on the cardstock. Then I put it on the backing paper, which the backing paper, you want your design or your paper to be on the back side. So this is going to be probably the bright white, because there's no need to print a digital here. But you just easily take and fold along the edges to help create the boundary, you might say. You just take it and fold in all four sides. And so now you have the beginning of your card here. Now this gives leeway to being able to tear. There is no border down here, so you don't have to be so precise and cautious about things as much. So we'll just begin tearing. And if it's noisy, I'm sorry, but that's just the way this goes. And I like to use my thumb as a guide to help tear my paper. It may not have a little border there. So there again, I'm just tearing it. Nothing perfect. I use 28-pound paper, if anyone's wanting to know. This helps to brighten the image. These images really show up great on 28-pound paper. But then I also use it for the backing because it's a harder, sturdier paper, you might say. So I've used the 20-pound, I've used the 24-pound, but my preference is the 28-pound. So here we go with this one. Now, as you notice, there's a little border here because I didn't really want my edge to cut into the leaf as much. So I allowed some there. So I'm just going to tear it. Hoping to make it across that white border there. I've been known to tear into what would be, covering up that border. But what I do is I simply take and use the distressed ink, and I will color that border so it's not the stark white and it kind of blends in, if that makes sense. But now it's time to miter. And believe me, I am no carpenter, so mitering is not my big thing. But here we go. There's that corner. We will try on this one. Here we go on that one. And our final one. And if you really don't know about mitering, you may want to watch a video of someone else doing it, because I'm not going to tell you exactly how to do it. We laugh about it all the time. But now it's time to ink it up. And of course I'm using the Distressed Oxide Vintage Photo. I'm sorry if I just shook the table there. But I like to ink my edges here, my torn edges. It just gives it a more worn, old, aged look, you might say. So I go around, and you don't have to heavily do it. It's your preference. But try to make sure I get, most of it done, because it will blend in there on that edge. It'll blend in. You don't have to get every little crevice or anything like that. But then I like to take and bend the page back and do the edges. And there again, you don't have to do it all, precisely a certain way. You can do light or dark or barely at all. But I do like to do all my edges around here. So there you go. There's that. Now let's put the lid back on here because it will dry out in a heartbeat. Now it's time to glue the edges. And what I'm using, and what my preference for glues, is the dry glue. There's the clear glue, there's the tacky glue. I prefer the dry glue over the wet glue, only because it dries faster and it doesn't warp, or doesn't seem to warp. So let's get started on gluing the edges. I'm sorry, it's been sitting up a while, so there we go. Here we go. It's coming out finally. But I get close to the edge, and I just randomly do it. I don't have any precise way of doing it. I try to just get close to the edge and then the inside in the middle there. But there, I get close to the edge again. And then if you get glue outside the line, color outside the line, you've got that mat there that will pick that up, and it's easily cleanup time, believe me. I've had to do it many a time. There goes that. I like to take and fold the edges in on the sides first. Fold them in first. Then I will take the top Oh, that, and you do have to coax it to lay down. I mean, it's not a quick drying, meaning fast instantly. You have a few minutes or a few seconds to make things work for you. And it looks like I may have gotten a little, no, that's the image. But I thought I had gotten glue outside. I have squeezed before the sides and gotten glue out, and we just remove it as we have to, and you know how that goes. But there you go. That's a pretty journaling card. Very pretty journaling card. It's not perfect, not intended to be perfect, but then you have plenty of writing space on the back. Or maybe I should say additional, from if you're placing it in a journal, you already have pages probably, but if it's a standalone card, you have plenty of writing room. So if you want to write that message to someone, you can do that. But see, there's glue. I don't know if you can see that on camera there, but there is glue there, and it's easily gotten up. See? Just pull it away. But I have used different cardstock. Like I said, I've even used junk mail envelopes. But this is a card that I purchased. Actually, it was a card set. Cards and envelopes that I had purchased from Hobby Lobby or Michael's. I don't remember which one, but I like that pink color. So what I've done is I have chosen an image, and I will go around and trim that out. It does not have to be any certain size. It can be any size that you prefer. But that's what that's about. It's easy, simple, simple, simple. So let me show you a few others that I have made. I'm going to flip these face down so that the colors do not blend in with and hinder from seeing all this other. This card was actually, it was a Facebook comment or something. So I printed it out. When you realize God's invited you to sit at His table, it no longer matters who doesn't invite you to theirs. Is that not so true? Again, can you see that up close? When you realize God's invited you to sit at His table, it no longer matters who doesn't invite you to theirs. That is so true. But anyway, I saw that and I thought, oh, that would make a pretty journaling card. Now this one, let me see if I got them upside down. I think I do. Flip it around here. This is another favorite of mine. Very pretty. A faceless woman. It could be anybody. It could be you. It could be me. There again, you have writing space on the very back. But you know what? It doesn't have to be a set size. And I even crinkled this one a little bit. There you go. She believes there are angels among us. Is that not pretty? And look at that writing space. There again, it's no certain size it has to be. It could be any size. There you go. And I say that a lot because it's, there you go. Why not? Enjoy it. Now this is a little bit darker pink, the background, but look at that one. And the pink background, it's not too dark that it couldn't be used to be, a message written on. You can mass produce these and use your scraps up, things like that. I decided to make the background or the backing with an image, but it had a lot of writing space, so I actually cut, I think it was an 8x10 that I had or something like that, but I cut out so that I would have writing space. Who would ever thought orange, huh? Look at that one though. And that's still can be written on. Still can be written on. This is one of my favorites. I've never been a bold and bright person, but let me tell you, whenever I saw this, I just had to have it. It's like green. Oh, yes. Still plenty of writing space and can be written on. I have so many more of these. Actually, this is a quilt pattern. My mother used to quilt, and so I thought of her whenever I made this. I might have to do something, although it's past Mother's Day, something special for her. This was used with tea stain paper. So see, your backing can be any color. I do have a flamingo story to tell you about one day, but that flamingo's neat. And yes, it's one of the longer pieces, but hey, like I said, it could be any size. Could be any size. She could be me. She could be you. You know what? She could be the girl next door too. Look at that writing space on back, all blank. I never would have thought green would have been a pretty one to write on, but it is. But this is another unique one. Isn't she pretty? She's pretty. Faceless and pretty. But the blue I was afraid would be a little bit too dark to write on. So I included a piece of tea stain paper. Now, I'm going to have to show you this one. And it does have the image on back. But it's still plenty of writing space. So it's, you know, sky's the limit. You choose what you want to do there. But I do have some that I had put in gift bags, cellophane bags, for gifting. And all of these are blank background, back pages that can be written on. But like I said, I wanted to gift these, and I'm doing so. Some have been purchased. Some have been gifted. Look at that fun one. Look, and as a reminder, they all have blank backing, so they can be written on. And if you have any questions about how-tos or anything with what I've done, just let me know. Just message me, comment, and I'll get back to you. What can I say? Fun, fun. Now, she's a fun one. These are some single ones. I bet she's in deep thought. What do you think? I liked that sky blue, too. Again, could be me, could be you. I liked that background. That was pretty. Another flamingo. And I'm coming to this one. This is a different one. This is a trifold that I'm making. And that's going to be another how-to eventually. But I had included journaling cards in this one. So that's, you know, that's pretty neat. It can be small. It can be the thin ones, the slim ones. It doesn't have to be a certain size. I do like the 4x6s for mailing. It just fits into envelopes real easy. But that was really neat. Okay, there's something else I want to share with you. Oh, I dropped that. I always read a devotional at the end of my I try to anyway. Don't be selfish. Don't live to make a good impression on others. Be humble, thinking of others as better than yourself. Love is very patient and kind, never jealous or envious, never boastful or proud, never haughty or selfish or rude. Love does not demand its own way. Wear my yoke, for it fits perfectly, and let me teach you. What wonderful words. Oh, wonderful words. But I want to tell you, making these journaling cards are really simple. Really simple. Be a great addition to any of your journals for additional writing space. Be a great Happy Mail send out. But let's get together and let's make some of them, people. Let's see yours. See what you come up with. Show me what you have there. And know that these are simple. And they're not complicated. No special tools are needed. As they say, no one size fits all. So make it the size that you want and show me what you have there. Talk to you later. Thank you for watching this one, and we'll have more to come. Thanks. Goodbye.